we played very well tonight, and I think the final score is indicative of that. We had a number of players play with tremendous confidence. I can highlight a number of them. I'll highlight three. Parker Jackson Cartwright is playing his best basketball of his career. 7 assists and no turnovers. He's running the team and making players better. But it's his defense that we're the most proud of. He's a much better defender right now than he used to be this season. That's what you hope with young players as they continue to work. We talked with our team after the game. Parker has not missed one day. He hasn't missed one practice, not any time from the beginning of school until now. And it's that consistency, that effort that has allowed him to grow and really play at a very crucial time for our team at the highest level that he's played. Caleb, same with Caleb. I have never seen him rebound the ball like he's rebounding. I mean, you look at him, he looks like an NBA center playing college. 15 rebounds in 25 minutes. There aren't a lot of players that are going to get 15 rebounds in 25 minutes. And, you look at his shot blocks as well. 4, thought he could have had 6. Maybe a couple of tough calls there that could have gone either way. But he's really established himself in a significant manner, rebounding. And Alonzo Trier, in fairness to Zoe, you missed 4 weeks as a freshman. You don't just all of a sudden put the uniform, walk in, and resume where you were. It's taken him a couple games to get back into the flow. But tonight, he played an unselfish game. And it's amazing when you're unselfish, all of a sudden you get 20 points. But that's how it works. 8 rebounds, 7 on defense. That's something we've talked a lot with him about.
To go back to Parker, though, when he's able to take Trey out like that for most of the game like that, how much of a domino effect does that have?
Well, you know this, your guards steer your defense, especially if you're a man-to-man team. T.J. McConnell and Nick Johnson have done that, as well as any backcourt that's played, maybe even here, defensively over the last couple of seasons. And Kadeem has naturally grown into that role, but Parker has improved as a defensive player. And it started a couple weeks back, but he's really responded to a bigger role, and he's our starting point guard right now.
How much is tonight, everything kind of coming together for you?
Well, the other part with tonight's game is, I've talked a lot about our defense. Our defense was in place tonight. We defended them as well as I think we can. And, the last time we played these guys in early January, they almost scored 90. Tonight, they scored 61. And if you look at the percentages, 32%. I mean, our defense is steadily climbing in the right direction. And, we can't lose that in the next 7 days as we get ready for our next game, which isn't until next Wednesday against Colorado.
Is this a picture then maybe of how good this team can be? With everybody coming back now and Alonzo getting into it?
We're improving. Our team, and you guys have no idea just because you catch up with us on game day and you monitor us. But when you're walking through it every day, the things that have hit us. I mean, it's I don't know if 4 or 5 days has ever gone by where something hasn't happened, injury-wise. And I credit our team for this. The character of our group has handled these circumstances as well as any group could have. And the leadership on this team with a number of players that have been through the battles, Gabe York, Caleb Tarzewski, Ryan Anderson, Mark Tollefson, who's older, a senior, they've steered the ship through some times where it didn't look quite as pretty moving forward as maybe it does today. I mean, we got off to, I think, a 4-4 start. Some of that is the schedule that we played, and some of it is we weren't as good. But we stayed with it, and right now, I hope we can continue to build and grow and play our best basketball down the stretch. We've talked about this since early December. Whether we can do it or not, I don't know. But I know the last 3 games have been a good starting point for that to happen.
On Sunday, you talked about having that complete game, start to finish. This is probably the most you've had in a long time.
I think so. When Arizona State put the zone up in the first half, we took some quick shots. We missed a few threes. We weren't patient. We didn't get the ball inside. And they scored on us a couple times. They went on a 10-2 run. if you take that out of the game, you know, we really played our best.
With a full week coming up, how does that affect this team and having that time off in between games come before the stretch run?
Well, we have to make it to our advantage. A lot of teams would love to have what we have in front of us. It gives us a chance to be mentally and physically alive. You know, recharge our batteries, making sure that when we show up at Colorado that, you know, we're locked in and that we've had a really good week of practice, but we also took the time to, you know, Gabe York's been through a lot. I mean, where he could be physically on Wednesday, a week from today, it could be a great place when you consider he's just played 3 games in 6 days as a senior. So we're going to try to really look at that first and foremost, that freshness aspect, and then, no question, take this week to improve and build on this performance and get ready for maybe 2 of our toughest games all season, at Colorado and at Utah.
Is this the most aggressive you guys have been on offense in a while? Just really took it to the basket, a lot of it.
Well, we have a lot of answers close to the basket. Ryan Anderson, Dusan, Caleb, even Mark Tollefson. And then we have a number of perimeter players that can really drive the ball. So, you know, we're attacking the area of the court that you want to attack on offense. And the turnovers have plagued us. But when you start playing with less than 10, then you really start to see some of these good things we do highlighted even more.
Sean, after the loss to Oregon, players were hard on themselves afterward. You were hard on them too. Was there anything that happened after that game too that they took from it, do you think? Or
You know, when you win 49 games in a row at home, you can really take things for granted. I mean, you could be the most humble group, hard-working team, but you don't know how it feels to lose. I mean, you just automatically almost say to yourself, we're at home, we're going to win. And Oregon was a reminder that you win because of the team you have, not because of the great crowd we have. It's both combined. But no magic wand really, other than I think that reminded the guys how it feels to lose at home. And if you're truly trying to compete for a regular season championship, that's not part of the path to doing it. So, again, back to the character of our group, the leadership. We were minus Alonzo, and it didn't look all of a sudden like things were going to turn. But we stayed with it, and we have a number of guys playing their best basketball, and hopefully we can keep it up.
The last couple of years, it seemed like every game you guys had 1 4 or 5 minute spurt where you just held them scoreless and just really dominated defensively. Not so many of those this year. Today, though, early in the game, I think they went 5 minutes without scoring. What's it like to see that out of this team? Those really lockdown moments where it's not 2 minutes or 3, but 4 or 5 minutes.
You know, you have to be good at both. You can't just be good at all on offense. You can't be just good on defense. You have to be good at both. And the things that allow you to grow or get better, you know, you have to keep your eye on those things, both as a team and as a coach. And, you know, I think the turnovers are number one for us. It helps both our offense and defense when we limit our turnovers. And from a defensive perspective, it's just about staying with what we do, practicing hard, getting better, teaching each guy individually, and keeping the bar high. And it's not always fun. It's not always easy. It's not like everything goes right for us, but you know, we want to keep getting better, and you want to keep improving, and especially on that side of the basketball defense. And I noticed that we have been getting better, not by leaps or bounds, but maybe tonight it showed up a little bit more.
Coach, you've been a part of this rivalry for 7 years now. Does it mean a little bit more to win this particular game?
You know, it does. You know, we know what the rivalry means, but I don't say this at all to diminish it, but it's not like when we played Oregon a few weeks back that we looked at it as not that big of a deal. You know, I almost feel like every game we play, there's a lot at stake. If you're trying to win them, and you know you're trying to win every game, you have your bar set high. So our guys, you know, I think they look at this game as important, but it's hard to look at it that much more important than playing UCLA or USC this weekend. I mean, Arizona State's part of the Pac-12. We played 9 home games. Tonight's one of the 9, and we want to be at our best in every home game we play. We know how important it is to be able to win our home games, to do the things that we want to do. So we were locked in and focused. No question. Does our guys know that Arizona State holds more significance to maybe some of our fans? They do. But I say this all the time. The rivalry in football and basketball are much different. We play him twice, maybe 3 times. We play 35 games. We play home and away. It's hard to put that much more emphasis on any single rivalry game.
Noticed Elliot wasn't there tonight. He's usually here watching or traveling. Was there anything going on there?
Elliot has stepped away from our team for personal reasons. And he'll step away from our team for the remainder of the year. I can't elaborate beyond that.
Can you say, was it his choice then?
Yes. Him and I have had a number of talks over the last couple of weeks, and I think we both felt that it would be in his best interest to kind of focus on the task at hand academically, and obviously, you know, remain here at the University of Arizona and finish his academic work.